Dale Earnhardt Jr. has finally made a major decision about the future of JR Motorsports, and it could change everything. Many have been waiting for years to see if his team would take the next big step into the NASCAR Cup Series. JR Motorsports has dominated the Xfinity Series, producing top drivers and winning multiple championships. But the jump to the Cup Series is a massive challenge, and Dale Jr. has always been cautious about making that move. Now, after months of speculation, he has a much clearer vision of what's possible. The biggest turning point came when JR Motorsports decided to enter a car in the Daytona 500. This was the first time the team had competed in a full Cup Series race, and it was a huge test for everyone involved. Getting ready for Daytona took months of planning. The team had to build a car that met Cup Series standards, prepare the crew for a new level of competition, and find the right driver for the job. Justin Allgaier, a veteran of the Xfinity Series, was chosen to drive. He had been successful in lower series, but this was a different challenge. The race itself was filled with excitement and nerves. Daytona is unpredictable and anything can happen. Early on, the JR Motorsports car showed strong speed. There were moments when a top 5 finish seemed possible, but in the end, the team finished inside the top 10, which was a massive achievement for their first ever Cup Series attempt. If someone had told Dale Jr. a few months earlier that they would finish 10th, he said he would have taken that result immediately. This proved that JR Motorsports could compete at this level. For Dale Jr., this race was about more than just the result. He wanted to answer a bigger question. Is the Cup Series really where JR Motorsports belongs? He needed to be sure that this was something he truly wanted and not just something people expected because of his family name.
It really was good for me, I think, to come here and experience this, to see if it was truly something that I felt like I wanted. Because sometimes you wonder, because of growing up in the sport and your last name are you making yourself do this because it's what you think you're supposed to do? Do you really want to do it, right? I think this helped me understand that I do want to be here personally. I do feel like that it's what I should be striving for. We love being in the Xfinity Series, and we got a great business model, and we think we would do a great job there, but it would be a big challenge, but something I think that Kelly and I could put a lot of effort in for the next several years. So we'll see. We've always we've been sitting in this position for a long time, and I know people get tired of hearing it from me, and I was so thankful for this opportunity. If this is it, this is it.
After going through the process, he felt more confident than ever that moving to the Cup Series was the right thing to do. But he also realized how big of a challenge it would be. The biggest challenge is money. Competing in the Xfinity Series already costs a lot, but the Cup Series is on a whole different level. Running a competitive Cup team requires significantly more funding, and without strong financial backing, it's nearly impossible to succeed. Sponsorship is critical. A team can have all the talent in the world, but without the right sponsors, they won't be able to compete at the highest level. This is something Dale Jr. and his sister, Kelly Earnhardt Miller, have been discussing for years. They know they have the right people, but they need the right sponsors to make it work. The good news is that JR Motorsports' performance at Daytona caught the attention of many in the racing world. Sponsorship deals don't happen overnight, but when a team proves it can compete, it becomes easier to attract the right partners.
Yeah, I want to be here, and I think Kelly wants to be here, and I think we can be successful here. And I think that with the new charter model, it's more economical to be here. And so I feel like with our ability to draw interest in terms of sponsorship and support, it's an economical model for us with the new charter agreement. And I feel like that the charters will continue to increase in value. So, if there's somebody that watches what we're doing here, it's not involved in the sport, but would invest this, we would be a good partner to consider because we know we have a good business model in the Xfinity Series. We know we have the ability to bring sponsor interest to our teams to be able to help fund our operation.
Dale Jr. and his sister Kelly Earnhardt Miller have been carefully considering this decision, knowing that it is not just about racing, it is about making a smart business move. A transition to the Cup Series requires major financial backing, the right driver, and a competitive team that can handle the challenge. While there is no set timeline, recent developments suggest that JR Motorsports is closer than ever to making the move. The biggest challenge in joining the Cup Series is the cost. A single NASCAR Cup Series charter costs millions of dollars. And this is just the starting point. The team also needs top-tier cars, experienced crew members, and a strong sponsorship lineup. Dale Jr. has always been careful with business decisions, knowing that a rushed move could put the team in financial trouble. He wants to secure the right investors who understand the long-term value of owning a Cup team. The current NASCAR charter system has made Cup racing more financially stable, which is a key factor in JR Motorsports' considerations. Dale Jr. has spoken openly about how he does not want to risk his family's financial future for this move. He is willing to invest, but only if the numbers make sense. Right now, NASCAR Cup charters are increasing in value, which makes it a smart long-term investment. The key is finding the right moment to buy in before prices become too high. Several investors have shown interest in partnering with JR Motorsports, but not every deal has worked out.
I think the overall hurdle is the initial investment in the charter, and I can put some money in, but I cannot, even if I had it, I would not buy the entire thing myself. And so I can't risk my kids' inheritance and future on some idea, right, of my own. That's a selfish thing. So, but I would certainly want to be an investor in any charter that we would be involved in. And the charters, though, I think are at the value now to where you almost have to have partners to get in. I told Kelly that this could create some new conversations with people we haven't had conversations with yet. We've been on the phone and at the table with other people that were interested in investing in charters that didn't work out, and but we could have some brand new conversations. So you just wait and see. So it's meant to be, it'll happen.
With their successful Cup Series debut, new opportunities may now open up. Their first ever Cup Series race was a huge test for JR Motorsports. Competing at this level is completely different from the Xfinity Series, so they had to prepare carefully. They teamed up with the Hendrick Motorsports to gain knowledge and ensure they had the best chance of success. Their hard work paid off as they finished inside the top 10 in their first Cup Series race. This result was more than just a good finish. It proved that they belong at the Cup level. It also caught the attention of potential sponsors and investors. A strong debut like this helps convince financial backers that JR Motorsports can be competitive in the highest level of NASCAR. One of the biggest decisions JR Motorsports will have to make is choosing the right driver. Justin Allgaier drove for them in their Cup debut and did a solid job. However, if they move up full-time, they need to pick a long-term driver who can lead the team for years to come. There are many talented drivers looking for opportunities, and Dale Jr. has always had a good eye for young talent. He might choose an experienced driver to start with, or he could take a chance on a rising star who can grow with the team. Now, before you leave, just don't forget to comment down your thoughts on this, and while you're down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well.